Hey guys, so this is going to be a few practice sessions in one video. So I feel like I should know this track better than I actually do, with how often I've raced it in Gran Turismo and also I believe in Assetto Corsa Competizione. But for whatever reason, I need to relearn the track, and yeah, so this video is basically 3 sports car challenge practice sessions over 3 different days. Each session was anywhere from 15 minutes to a half hour. I'm going to try and cut each one of them down and make a shorter video out of the 3, but it's basically to show progression and for me to also see where I still need improvement. Another thing that you may or may not notice is a change in the field of view from what I have been using. I took one of the VRS coach's suggestions and changed the field of view to what it should be for the distance I am from my monitor, and changed the in-car camera settings to try to get it to how I feel comfortable.
Looks like you're clear on the
So
pit
that's
exit.
another change.
Cold tyres all round.
In all honesty, I have never ran at the Barcelona-Catalunya historic circuit, which is what this layout is, so I'm not used to going through this section, well, the corner that we just came out of. Not used to that. And yeah, also not going through the second chicanes. It's kind of a different layout, so I'm not used to it. More learning curve, and this is all about working through it.
fastest overall. You're now 0.46, quicker than second place. Sector 3 time is quick.
Alright, I'm going to end the first session here because after this point here I just started overdriving the car and spinning out and losing control, and it's just pretty ugly. So here's the lap analysis from the VRS website. This is compared my lap to the VRS coach that does the GT4 setup for the Mercedes. The red lines are mine, the blue line is the coach, and I'm about 4.5 seconds off his pace.
B2.
Alright, so we're in session 2, and it took about 3 or 4 laps for me to finally get a decent lap in, and it turns out to be my new personal best fastest lap. If you notice, I'm starting to take different lines, like I'm opening up this corner more. I'm trying to get closer to the apex, but I keep running the wrong section in that corner. What I did was, after the first practice session, I went back, I looked at the data pack, I watched the track guide video, looked at my data, seen where I was lacking in comparison to the data pack, and went out on track and tried making some changes, and you know, that's how you progress. The other thing to do, and I haven't done it yet with this track, is to go into a test session and set up iRacing's Active Reset. What Active Reset will allow you to do is go back to a section of the track that you're struggling with, and you can keep hitting that same section of track time after time, starting at the same starting point from where you set it. I haven't done that with this track yet because I just haven't had time to really do it yet. Another thing with practicing, there's good practice sessions, there's bad practice sessions. So basically, how you make a good practice session is you go into the session with an intent of improvement, and every session should be a session of improvement, but it's how you get there that makes the difference. So you could endlessly go after and just do time trial, keep running the same track over and over. I'll be honest with you, for me, that gets boring, so I don't do that very often. Alright, so that was actually a solid lap. Some mistakes in that lap, especially in the last sector. Well, sometime in sector 2 also. But still room for improvement, and that's way better than I have been doing. Alright, so we're pretty much at the end of this test session, so I'm going to end this here. I'm going to go back, I'm going to look at the data, see where I still need improvements, see what changes I've made, have been making improvements, and we'll get ready for session 3. Alright, so looking at the top left, I'm still 3.4 seconds off the data pack lap. My throttle and brake trace and steering inputs are starting to match the coaches even more closely, so let's see what session 3 brings. Alright, so this is actually practice session number 4. For whatever reason, I guess I forgot to record practice session number 3. So, and for whatever reason, Streamlabs, when recording the session, did not record the data from Racelabs, so there's no overlays. So there's no throttle inputs, there's no track map, there's none of that. But anyhow, it's not really necessary for the video, but usually nice to see.
Pit exit's clear. We've got cold tyres, we need to get some heat into them. The guy behind has just done a 153.17.
Well, unfortunately on that lap I got an off-track burst. That would have been a really quick lap and big improvement for me getting into 151s. But let's keep going. Let's see how it turns out.
Sector 1 is quick. Sector 2 time is okay. You're now 0.8, quicker than second place.
Alright, hell yeah, I'll take that lap. Unfortunately, that would be the fastest lap in this session. After that, it's about 10 minutes of me just pushing the car past my driving ability and going off track, losing control of the car, all that fun stuff. So I'm not going to bore you with that, but yeah, let's look at the data and see how far off I am from the data pack.
Alright Rob, you need to watch the track limits.
Alright, so 2.4 seconds off the data pack lap. That's not bad because those guys are aliens that set up these data packs, and yeah, I think that's pretty good for somebody who doesn't have a whole lot of time to put into it. They say it takes about 10 hours to fully learn a track and be highly competitive. And if you made it this far, I'd like to ask you to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, drop a comment down below if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful.